Hi everyone, welcome to this week's episode on Voice of a Teen Mom. Thank you guys for joining us. This is episode 4, and for today's episode, as the title suggests, it will be about the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation. So you must be wondering, why am I talking about the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation? Well, this institution played a vital role in my early stages of being a teen mom, where it helped me to move from being a high school dropout to my re-entry into the formal high school program. And as we spoke about how I dropped out of high school in the previous episode, this will shed more light into what happened and help you understand how I got from being a high school dropout to going back into a normal high school setting. In order for me to go through my experience as well as to share some knowledge with you guys about the Women's Center, this episode will most likely be in 2 parts because there are so many points that I will address. And so let's get right into it. So, what is the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation? Well, there are a lot of myths, misinformation about the Women's Center, as well as there are a lot of stigma, discrimination. So many bad things are said about the girls that even go to the Women's Center. And this episode is geared towards clearing all the myths up and providing information about the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation. So one of the center's main program is the Program for Adolescent Mothers, shortened PAM. This program basically provides continuing education for girls who drop out of school due to pregnancy. And yes, there is such programs here in Jamaica that is offered. I mean, a lot of us don't know about it, and I know that going to school, we used to see these girls, and a lot of even adults see these girls and believe that, well, they're going to the Women's Center, they're going to this school. Some of them don't even know the name of where they're going, but they just say they're going to this school, and it's because they have no family, they have no one to look out for them, no one to take care of them, and they're going so that they can learn to take care of the baby. That's basically, in a nutshell, some of the things that I've heard about the girls that attend the Women's Center. But that is not the case. In fact, the girls that attend the Women's Center really go there to make sure that they can in turn go back into a regular high school system, or ensure that they can do some CXC subjects, and basically to help them to garner an education. So apart from actually getting an education, because while you're at the Women's Center of Jamaica, it's basically school. So you go there, you have teachers that teach the core subject areas in school, such as mathematics, English language, social studies, information technology, integrated science, just to name a few. So the girls are actually going to school to ensure that they keep abreast of what is happening in the education system and what would have been happening if they were actually in a normal school setting. Apart from academics, the center also provides other areas of development for the girls. So while there, we were engaged in group and individual counseling, as well as exposed to different vocational areas such as cosmetology, sewing, embroidery, and things of that nature. So it's basically an all-rounded development. The group and individual counseling was very beneficial, and I believe that it was necessary for us as girls to go through those sessions because, for one, becoming a teen mother is traumatic, and no matter what the circumstance or the reason behind how it happened or what happened in the situation, it is still traumatic. And so there were different topics which included like talking about your self-esteem, reproductive health issues, and basically your personal development and the preparation for all the things that you might face as an adolescent mother, as well as some preparation for when you are reintegrated into the formal school system. Now, the age range for being registered with the Women's Center goes up to 17 years. And so, because of that, there is actually another program, which is the CXC program that the Women's Center facilitates for the older girls, which are the girls that basically completed grade 10 and would have gone on to do CXCs in the coming year. Now, to be in this CXC program, the teen mom would have had to be recommended from the previous school to sit the CXCs, as well as be willing to do at least 3 CXC subjects in one sitting. And there are a multiple range of subjects that they offer, just like any high school, which is the usual subjects: math, English, social studies, principles of business, home management, human and social biology, just to name a few. So you might be asking, how do you enroll in this program? How do you become a part of the Women's Center? Well, remember that the Women's Center is open to teen moms 17 years and younger, and you can always visit one of the sites where they have both main centers and some outreach centers across the island of Jamaica, such as Montego Bay, Port Antonio, Spanish Town, Junction, Denby, Lucy, St. Margaret, Santa Cruz, Highgate, just to name a few. So you can always visit one of the sites to get more information. Some of the counselors from the program also speak to young mothers from the hospitals, the health centers, and within the community, and they may also do home visits to the young girls and their parents or guardians to help them to introduce them to the program as well. The program isn't a mandatory one, and so even though there are some kind of recruitment processes where they try to get the teen moms to come to the Women's Center, there is a low uptake of this offer. But I would highly recommend the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation to any teen mom out there if they are willing to get a second chance and to gain an education. The registration process to attend the Women's Center of Jamaica isn't a hard one. There is an intake interview that the teen mom and their parent or guardian should go to, because at the end of the day, sometimes we do have an internal drive to ensure that we still get an education as a teen mom and for us to have a second chance. But there is also something about when you have at least one person there to support you and to give you that additional push when you don't have it for yourself. And so that's the purpose of having someone there with you at this interview. And remember that you're still a teen, you're still underage, you're still young, so you need someone there to represent you as well. You would also need a registration fee, and it might have changed by now, but I remember that then it was about $4,000, as well as you would have to take with you 2 passport size photos as well as your birth certificate. There is also a consent to the school policy that you would need to sign. And as I said, it is an institution, it is school, and so there are rules there that should be followed. And it's nothing that anyone can't adhere to, so that should not pose a problem. The monies quoted is also in Jamaican dollars, so the registration fee is in Jamaican dollars. As well as for the CXC programs, they do have their own little registration package for that. As you know, with CXC subjects, you would have to pay for the CXC to the Caribbean Examination Council, and so they have their own set of registration policies. So if this is something that you would be interested in, for all my teen moms, you can always call the Women's Center of Jamaica at any one of their locations to get more information. And this now brings me into my favorite section, which is a word to a teen mom. Don't pay attention to all the stigma and discrimination around you. In fact, the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation is one way in which you can be reintegrated into a formal high school system where you get a second chance. Not everyone gets this chance, but this chance is there for you, and so you can always take up the offer to get reintegrated into high school through this program that is geared towards personal development to help you mature and to help guide you throughout your tenure of being a teen mom. During this time, you will need to have some self-motivation and determination to bring you throughout this process, because it won't be an easy one. Apart from that, you will need just one person, if it's even one person that you can find, to help support you and to push you along the way and to be there for you during that interview while you are registering at the Women's Center. And once you have that push and someone sees it, even if it's not a parent or a guardian, sometimes that's all it takes for someone to see that you are interested in getting a second chance and to support you through it. And that's how we'll wrap up this week's episode on Voice of a Teen Mom. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode, and I hope that you liked this one. You can always share it to all your family and friends, and most importantly, a teen mom. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section about the Women's Center, and I hope that you guys have learned something and have increased your knowledge on the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation. Thank you guys so much for watching, and to all my subscribers, thank you so much for the support and the love on the channel. Bye.